I have to like put a lot of effort into staying on top of shit. It's like I can do it, but
Me
then
too.
something else is getting compromised, and with all the things getting juggled, like I kind of understand. Like that's what kind of want Discord for, is to like find those enthusiastic people that like interneting more than I like interneting.
Word for sure. And you'll run into them. They talk all the time. You'll run into them. They sometimes they were like, "Yo, that was like, Dad, that's like I didn't even know you was following that. That's crazy." Like, and you just wind up knowing like, and then sometimes it'll sometimes they'll talk about it so good it'll make you want to go research your damn stuff, and then you'll find out even more, and even more about the situation. Then you'll go down that deep rabbit hole of like new knowledge that you never even knew about the situation. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like,
Mm.
is this really? And it seems like everything has that though. Like everything has like this thing where like it's always deeper than what you think it is. But then there's the problem of there's that fine line between fact and conspiracy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you really got to tread lightly with that kind of shit. And you can know what I'm saying. You can do what you will. Everybody has an opinion, but when you really want to know like the real like juice behind the fruits, then like you know what I'm saying. There's always a fine line to that. But at least I guess that's why they do comparisons and Venn diagrams and shit, because you be like, okay, so this is a common thing, this is a common thing, and this is a common thing. So all that must be true. I don't know about this other stuff on these two sides right here. Like, so you just gotta figure it out, bro. But yeah,
Yeah, it's a huge. That one's huge. The one thing I can say is like a lot of people I know don't like math, but all of a sudden know a lot about stats, and that part confuses me because like stats be all math, so like it turns out those Pythagorean theorems everyone hated are really relevant in the news today.
are really relevant. But see, there's certain, but that's the thing though. That's why they do the whole men lie, women lie, numbers don't though. You know what I'm saying? But then at the
But
same
numbers
time,
fucking
because I'm
lie
one of those
every
people.
day, bro. Numbers are like the biggest
Yeah,
liars.
listen. See, you the first person I think you one of the few people that I think caught.
Bro,
Yeah, you one of
I
the few
like
people that
so like
yo
I did some shit. Like I posted this pic the other day where I have 11,000 streams on my new project. I promise you, me and my
word.
girlfriend are 90% of those streams, and the reason they came so fast is because the ISRC carries shit over. And so I lied really well on my Spotify numbers to make it look like my project generated 11K fucking views in a day. It's
That's
so easy to lie with
crazy.
numbers. Everything up, yo, bro. Back in the day, I started watching all of my YouTube videos from 3 accounts and put 3 likes on every video. Like from time,
Mm-hmm.
everybody lies with fucking numbers. All music history is like full of lies of numbers. And then like people be
Yeah.
like, numbers don't lie. I'm like, y'all don't take stat class. I'm like, y'all know shit. Y'all have
I
never watched a corporate executive take a data file and lie to another corporate executive's face when you're like, bro, I know exactly what those numbers say, and what you're saying in this presentation is a lie. And then you go, shh, because numbers is stories, and facts is stories. That's
I
all
have
it is.
I have and for I have sat in some of those meetings. I was an intern at a couple places. I've seen them joints. I'd be like, really, 30%, 30% did this, 30% did that, right? Oh, okay. You sure about that? Because I can call somebody right now and they don't know nothing about this. Like,
Bro,
but
it'll be
then
like,
I'm also one of those people.
but it could be like thirty
Some
percent doesn't
no,
mean
go ahead.
anything. 30% could be 8 people.
No,
It could be like, yo, three of
right?
nine. Go get fair. That's thirty
Yeah,
percent.
yeah. So and my thing is like like you said, you know, there's people that never take stats, none of that. I'm one of those people. I'm not good at math, but I can count two things. I can count money. I can count all kinds of. I can count money, and I know like the number of people that will probably spit a fact or two. I know that for a fact. I know that. So it just depends on you know what I'm saying, what you know. But yeah, I'm one of those people that I can count. I'm just not. You gonna ask me a whole you gonna ask me a whole trigonometry expression, I'm not gonna figure that out. But Pythagorean theorems and situations like that, I might be able to, help you out just a little bit.
Nah, I hear you. I
Just a
guess
little bit.
I said it like that because a lot of the facts that we talk about are often just that. Like my favorite meme that comes to mind with this is like 50,000 medical professionals said this. Shouldn't you care? And I'm like, nah, B. There, I looked it up. There are nine figures of medical professionals. So 50,000 is like 0.0 something percent of people give a shit about something. I'm like, nah, that's not even 1% of people that care in that domain. So that's what I mean. Like
No,
stats be wild, and so like when you think about opinions, I just think everyone should keep that in mind. That stat literacy is a trained skill that like people go to school and learn about, and it's a whole fucking. That's what analysts do. That's like the position when you see data analysts and shit. Those are motherfuckers who look at stats and come up with the figures that the media people like do. It's not like everybody at your job does that shit. So it's weird to me how everybody a data analyst now. That's the one thing I find
yeah, I
really
don't know
weird.
it.
Like
I
that.
don't know it. I don't know it. I don't know it. But it's like, but at the same time, but like you said, because everything is changing, you gotta be now. You have to be. Like it's almost at least in the minorest way possible. Like here's my thing though. Like me and wifey went to the same school. Y'all know that story from the last interview. Me and wifey went to the same college, but she took stats. I watched her struggle with stats. Stats is nuts. I was happy as hell.
Yeah, I took that
Dude,
shit.
she actually, yo, I watched her struggle with that, but she took them. I've seen like how like people have gotten their data. Like it's crazy, but you kind of have to, like, in a sense, that's what you're doing at the end of the day. Especially if you're trying to fact find and do all these kinds of things and learn about things. Yeah, you kind of have to be that now, just a tiny bit.
Mm.
It's a part of the process, bro.
And yo, shout out Lanson for bringing up a huge one where the facts don't have feeling shit really bothers me. Is media bias, like or research bias
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever. That's like a whole real thing, right? Like there's papers on it, like peer reviewed. Like you can actual Google the fact that all researchers have
yeah,
bias. Inherently, what
yeah.
that means is no facts come without feelings. I just have to put
No,
that out there. I'll say it every time it comes up in
that's
my life.
facts though.
Cause like you may disagree with my facts, but my facts is based on my democratic understanding of accepted logic and rational and all that kind of shit, right? And at the end of the
Absolutely.
day, y'all should not necessarily think that every word that come out of my mouth is going to be the most like some of it's just trash here and there and it gets sprinkled in to the good shit. So there's a bias to my logic, there's a flaw here I'm not seeing, there's a blind spot over there, plus I want to be right as much as you want to be right, as much as everyone want to be
Right.
right, just like
You're
all the
right.
people
Yeah.
writing those media articles y'all read and doing clickbait shit.
And not to mention, you brought up something else too. The fear of being wrong. The fear of, yo, do you know how, see what I'm saying? It's always a rabbit hole. Like the fear of being wrong is like, that will succumb, you could succumb to that shit and it will be your ultimate downfall
Ultimate.
because you will like you can argue somebody, like, and that's why, and I guess that's kind of why I love writing, like that's kind of why I love like English and things of that nature, because like you can really argue yourself inside and out of a freaking cardboard box and why you live in it, but that'll be like your reasoning. Like nobody can compete with that if you do it right. But the thing is that if you can make that point, but people will point out the ultimate flaw in why you're in that box. Oh, but you can't watch no TV though. Something like that. All that's all it takes. Oh, but you can't. You ain't got no light unless the sun's out. Then what? Then what are you gonna do? That can mess up somebody's whole entire soul if you crush them with something simple like that. Like that will really, like, you get in a real depressive state. You start seeing that, you seek therapy. You seek therapy for shit like that. Like it's okay. You just, like, the fear of being wrong will destroy you. Me personally, I'm big on accountability. So like me personally, I'm big on accountability. So if I'm wrong, if I tell you, hey, sky green today, and it was green today, but it turned back blue when you looked at it. I'm sorry. Maybe I was just blind. Maybe I'm just colorblind today. Maybe my glasses wasn't on. Maybe I just couldn't see right now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I was looking at Cena. I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, I'm sorry. I don't mind. I don't mind. Like, I have, you kind of have to said that because once you know, like, once you have that accountability, it's like, oh, well, I mean, I could be wrong though. You know.